Ross, can we kick off by finding out what's the latest with Ivan Sproul? He obviously missed out on the trip over to Paisley at the weekend. How's he getting on?
Yeah, I mean, we made a decision early in the week just to recover him because he had a few knocks and a real tightness in both hamstrings, which eased off. And you know, in theory, he was there on Saturday, but he hadn't trained all week. But really, with a mind of the Celtic game on the Wednesday, we didn't think it would be right to go 3 quarters into Saturday's game at St Mirren and then have the same problem for the next 2 games in that week. So a full week of recovery for him, a bit of treatment and training virtually on his own and in the gym, and he's come out of it feeling fresh and obviously ready to go.
For Sean, really, that's arguably his finest performance in a Hibs jersey, his first goal.
Yeah,
and now obviously
first goal, and you know, a real stout performance in the second half against a good attacking St Mirren team who posed threats. But I think we added to our nervousness not by taking the one real good chance that we had in the second half and then not creating more chances when I felt we had 1 or 2 better opportunities to use the ball well. But the boys have come in obviously happy and delighted with the result, and it's certainly it's no more than a help in terms of what we've got this week. So we've got as exciting a game as you could have. Quarter final of the Cup, we're at home and we've got one of the old firms, so it's on TV, and we hope that we can bring some fans into the stadium and just then put on a display that we've done invariably away from home more often than we have at home.
A lot of people have obviously pointed towards Celtic's form this season and perhaps have written them off. The last few games in particular have exemplified the character and grit in their side, haven't they? They've come back from games where they look like they're destined to lose and etc. How tricky do you feel this game's going to be?
Well, it's no easier because of Celtic's supposed bad form at the minute, but you know, they're still, from where they were at half time or early in the second half against Kilmarnock to where they are now, they're on the up, there's no doubt about it. So I think we'll find a team that played well in Europe, played really well and came from a real negative scoreline to get something from nothing at Kilmarnock, and then a home performance where they've been ahead, been pegged back, and then had the legs and the nerve and the ability to go again. I think they're a good side, and they've had those 1 or 2 results that people suddenly raise question marks at, but because of the level of results that you normally expect and they normally expect of themselves, this is a short-term little quirk for them, I think.
When you worked with Neil Lennon down at Nottingham Forest, did you know then, did he kind of sound out the possibility to yourself of embarking on a coaching career? Did you feel that that's where you saw his future kind of heading towards? Well,
he was obviously at the tail end of his playing career, but his influence on the dressing room was huge, and his influence and his knowledge of the game and the way to play it is all attributed to what he'd done as a player and how he conducted himself. As that, you could see he was going to have very good attributes. The person, the player, is enough to hold in a coach and managerial role on its own, and I think he's added to that very quickly with producing a team that was very, very exciting last year.
As you mentioned, the Cup quarter final underneath the floodlights against one of the biggest clubs in the country. It's going to be quite a special night, isn't it, on Wednesday?
Well, we hope so. Looking forward to it, and it can get atmospheric. We've got to make it an atmospheric game by being very much in contention and doing something that we haven't managed to do since I've been here, is obviously score a goal and be in contention in the second half, which we haven't been so far. So we hope for an exciting last 20 minutes. Extra time would be a hindrance, and the only upside of that is that we play each other at the weekend, so we're only hurting ourselves going forward to the Saturday. It'll be interesting to see how open the game is if we did manage to get to an extra time situation.
Saturday kind of showed again that there's really never a dull moment following Hibs. We seem to always kind of leave some drama in a game, don't we? That was obviously evident in Paisley as well. How nerve-wracking is it for you as manager to sometimes watch the closing stages of a game like that, and perhaps St Johnstone springs to mind as well?
I think it was the St Johnstone one was a late goal, so we only had to survive a few moments really. Saturday